What an ending to this game. Leafs win 3-2 over the Winnipeg Jets at Scotiabank Arena. And my goodness, from, at the end of the second period, everything was not in the Leafs' favor. They lose Austin Matthews, and they're down 2-0. Nothing could go right. We're going to break this puppy down because there was a ton of action in that third period. First off, in the first period, they get a power play, and Kyle Connor buries a beautiful pass from Blake Wheeler, making it 1-0 Jets. And we're like, it's okay. It's 1-0. This Leaf team can score. I'm not worried. Midway through the second, however, Austin Matthews trying to cut to the front of the net. Jacob Trouba does not even go towards the puck. He goes right for Matthews, hits him right in the shoulder hard, and immediately Austin starts grabbing his shoulder, goes low, and goes right to the bench. That is not what you want to see, especially when you're losing in a game right now. He ends up not returning. He will not play Monday against the Calgary Flames. However, it looks like they're going to take it a slow process. He'll be reevaluated on Monday, but he will not be playing on Monday. That right there doesn't sound like it's too bad of an injury, but we have no clue. I'm hoping he gets healthy. This team will be able to score without him. I know that's not a problem, but he is Austin Matthews. He is one of the best players on this team. You want him in the lineup at all times. And to add insult to injury, a terrible and absolutely terrible turnover at the Leafs blue line by Nazem Kadri, who decides to try to, toe drag it around Mark Scheifele. Instead, Scheifele pokes the puck away from Kadri, and he's alone on a breakaway and snipes it low blocker side on Frederik Andersen. It's 2-0 Jets, and that is the end of the second period. You lose Austin Matthews. You're down 2-0. It couldn't get worse. However, 6:33 into the third period, Mitch Marner creates the turnover down low. I mean, it wasn't really a turnover. Ron Hainsey dumps it in. They get the puck, but Marner lifts the stick of the defenseman and centers it in front to Nazem Kadri, who buries it far side on Connor Hellebuck, making it 2-1 in favor of the Jets. And when the Leafs are right back in it, we have the momentum. We've got the legs. The fans are jacked up and on their feet and ready to get things going again. And it's a 2-1 hockey game. And they go back and forth as the game progresses. And what happens again? Puck gets dumped down the ice. Defenseman grabs it for the Winnipeg Jets. Marner gets in there and grinds hard. Gets the loose puck. Centers it for Jake Gardiner, who snipes it home for his first goal of the season. We are tied with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the game, and the Leafs have tied it. Oh my goodness. And all this without Austin Matthews, the resilience of this team to fight back. And oh wait, not even 30 seconds after that goal by Gardiner, hard work by John Tavares around the back of the net, and a puck kind of slowly comes to the front of the net. Kasperi Kapanen from a rough angle. I don't know how he finds a hole, but he fires it top corner. Look, Hellebuck's against the post, but what it did, there's a little hole right in here. It hits the side of his helmet, and in that corner, the Leafs take the lead 3-2. Kapanen with his sixth. Tavares, Hyman grab assists on the play, and the Leafs have the lead. It's 3-2. And all you got to do is hang on. Possibly score an empty netter. Well, they can't, but they hang on for sure as the Buds take this one 3-2 and won both games against the Winnipeg Jets in regulation. The Leafs are now 8-3 on the year. Crazy thing coming into this game, the Aussies, I don't know what that is. Austin Matthews and Patrick Laine talk. Laine got demoted to their fourth line. That tells you something right there. 5 points in 12 games for Patrick Laine. I don't think he gets a point in this one. No, he does not. So he continues to struggle for the Winnipeg Jets. But the Leafs come away with the victory. Freddie Anderson, 2 goals on 22 shots and a .917 save percentage. That's not terrible. He did make some good saves. You can't blame on the Kyle Connor goal. It was a cross-seam pass. It was tape to tape. He had to try and make a sprawling save. Could not make it. And the Scheifele was a breakaway goal. And Mark Scheifele is that good. He is going to snipe at low blocker on pretty much everybody. Pretty much is the key word. You know, there was no garbage goals by Freddie. He made the saves when he needed to. And the Leafs found a way to get their offense going late and got the victory. Gardner with the goal, Kadri with the goal, Kapanen with the goal, Marner 2 assists, Ron Hainsey with an assist, Hyman with an assist, John Tavares with an assist in the game as the Buds get the victory. And guys, the reason I love this sport of hockey so much, the Leafs grind and win this game, right? Before the game, we see Arizona is taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning in Arizona. Now, usually that's a cakewalk for the Lightning because they're that good. They should crush them. The Arizona Coyotes won 7-1. The Lightning going into that game were 7-1-1. The Coyotes were 4-5. That should be a cakewalk in a sense. But the Lightning get smashed. That's the great thing about hockey. You never know what you're going to get no matter who you're facing. The Leafs get the victory today. Like I said, they're 8-3 on the year. The Boston Bruins lose and the Tampa Bay Lightning lose. So if you're looking at standings, which you really shouldn't because it's this early in the season, the Leafs are first place in the division at 8-3. However, they do have Boston. No, they play the same amount of games as the Leafs, actually. Montreal and Tampa both have games in hand, so... And Montreal is actually 6-2-2. They're riding Carey Price. It's working. Can it continue? Well, only time is going to tell. But you know what? As Leaf fans, seeing the Montreal Canadiens beat the Bruins, I don't want to see Boston even remotely close to us. But we got to only focus on our team. We played 11 games. They've played 10. Shouldn't really be talking standings, but whatever. All right, the next up for the Leafs, they take on, like I said earlier in the video, the Leafs take on the Calgary Flames on Monday, 7 o'clock puck drop at Scotiabank Arena. And the crazy stat that Evan and I talked about on the podcast, actually, the Leafs on the road are 5-0. Coming into this game, they were 2-3 at home. That's not very good. Now, with the victory today, the hard-fought comeback victory, the Leafs are now 3-3 on the season at Scotiabank Arena. They look to continue that good stretch, or I guess they look to continue to build on the way they did today in the third period against the Calgary Flames. Mike Smith, Freddie Anderson, the expected starters in that game. You can't look at the Flames record of 5-5-1 and say it's going to be a cakewalk because it's the NHL. Every team has an opportunity to win at any given time. That's why we love it. That's why it's never locked to be a playoff team. It really isn't. But I love it. I know you guys do, and that is that. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed the ending to this game today, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. Oh, by the way, guys, before the game, Kapanen, or it was maybe after the last game, Kapanen came out and said, oh, Patrick Laine was saying how I should cut my hair and everything, and the way his style was last season, I'm not sure why he's even talking. And I don't blame Kapanen, and the way Patrick Laine is playing right now, I don't know why he's even opening his mouth. And Kapanen scores the game winner today, and he doesn't get a single point. So the mouth is probably very quiet right now from Patrick Laine as the Leafs get the victory. I just want to throw that in there, guys, because we mentioned on the podcast actually before today's game, and that's kind of what happened. So it was kind of crazy that it all worked out that way in the end. But comment down below, guys, what you thought of the video, the game. Who's your MVP from this game? Would you give it to Freddie? Would you give it to Kapanen, Gardner, the team as a whole? I don't know. Who would you give it to in this game? And Evan and I will talk to you guys. It'll probably be Wednesday, normal time in the afternoon, podcast edition. A link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition Monday as they take on the Milwaukee Bucks. 8 p.m. tip-off in Milwaukee as the only two undefeated teams in the NBA face off against each other. It's going to be a doozy of a matchup there in Milwaukee on Monday night. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, like we said, guys, Monday night as well, 7 p.m. puck drop at Scotiabank Arena. The Leafs are taking on the Calgary Flames. Mike Smith, Freddie Anderson, the expected starters in that game. It's going to be a fight, as it always is in every single game of the year. But we're going to have to wait and see how it goes. The Leafs look to build on these 2 wins against the Jets. Very good Jets team. They look to keep on building moving forward. And we'll talk to you guys then, hoping for another victory, a 3rd straight victory. That would be fantastic. We'll talk to you guys then.